one to show off before I ship it out. This is for my new buddy Mark. He ordered, watched through Instagram, and this is his watch dial based on his side hobby of making astronomy themed beer. So we've got the Celestial Brewing dial with a little bit of peppered in stars throughout. Just took the image that he sent, and then in a nutshell, took a dial, painted it in full black, and then lasered off all the parts of his image that were lighter. So, and then went around it and pipped it, and then he wanted a nice thin hand set, so I did. Unfortunately, all I had on hand were gold hands that were thin. I thought I'd ordered silver hands, but they showed up, and none of them were thin hand set, so that sucked. So we stripped down some gold hands, hand painted them in silver, and then backside lumed them. So we've got a full-on silver build with the dial popping. So have a little logo there on. I'm not a beer guy, but I'm assuming that's a hop on the side, lasered in on the crown. We did a brushed case, a brushed tall, smooth bezel. So basically, if you get a nick in it, just brush it in with like a Scotch-Brite. If you get it on the bezel, it's a little bit harder because you don't want to hit the glass, and it's very hard to make this turn and not just put a streak in it going straight. So in a nutshell, what you have to do is be very careful and get something under this, like a little knife, and pop it up and off. Then put this on a Scotch-Brite on the green side, and then go back and forth, and then pop it back on. So that's the pro tip there. Because if you nick anything, you're probably going to hit a corner or something like that, right? But yeah, so that's how you fix that. This is also a brushed engineered band. It's got quick disconnects on it, so you can pop it right off. We've got Brewmaster engraved right there on the clasp on the double locker. It's got a stainless steel movement holder going around there, a silver rotor, and then a large window exhibition caseback. So that is your build, man. It has ran perfectly since I built it for you the other day. I appreciate you, man. So this is your build. As with all builds, the bezel will turn left, it'll turn right. With you, it won't matter because there's no accents on there for you to worry about. Oh, I accidentally pushed over here, over there. So you can turn it left, turn it right. These are held on with a tension ring. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder to keep time. But if it is dead, or you're not going to be very active like you're driving or something, make sure you wind it just a little bit before you put it on, before you set your time, because you will lose time if you're not very active. So you're going to back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. You'll also feel that little bit of play. When you do, you can wind it, and a wind is a turn away from you. Turning it backwards is nothing, but it is a lot easier and a lot quicker to go back and forth and keep your finger spacing. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, you will keep that time because it's going to be mixed with that movement of the rotor. Keep time throughout the day, and if you do it something closer to 20 seconds, you're going to max out your 31 plus hour power reserve. You cannot overwind it. This is how I wind it at night or after I bailed it to make sure it's good the next day. So you cannot overwind it at all. You can wind it and wind it and wind it and wind it and wind it. It will not matter. Pull it to the one and only click, and you can now set your time. You're going to notice you've got a wobble crown. It's going to deflect a little bit of that lateral pressure from going into the movement. So when you're pushing and pulling on it, it's going to roll with it a little bit. So I just kind of pull back a little bit, keep it straight. Not that it matters if it is not. I just don't put any adverse pressure on that stem. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 9:37 a.m.
9:37 a.m. Push it right back over and thread it down. That is your build, good sir. As with all builds, it's going to come with matching beads. And then this one's going to come in one of my special edition boxes. This will come with watch cleaners. It's good on all glass and metal parts of your whole watch. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. And it's also going to come with some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon. Just repackaged. It's basically like a poly watch. This is an acrylic glass, and you can scratch it if you do, no big deal. Use a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of that. Use your included microfiber and buff that out, going across that scratch left and right, filling that scratch. Only use what you need because you are buffing it out. Generate some heat with your thumb, going around in circles, and in about 15 seconds it is completely gone and back to perfect. So that is your build, man. I appreciate you a ton. We'll be building you your buddy's watch here sometime soon. So I appreciate you thinking of me and reaching out to me on Instagram. And this will be headed out to you today. I'll get it packed up. The wife will get it shipped to you because I'm about to run out the door. But appreciate your time, man. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, just reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.